I need you to pay attention to this story because this is one of the most bizarre things I've heard and out of this administration, and that's saying something. President Joe Biden's administration finalized plans, got to hear my hands, for a program it argues will further reduce air pollution from heavy-duty engines and vehicles across the U.S. But truckers argue the proposed standards will cripple the supply chain and possibly the American food supply right along with it. You see, the new emission standards put forth by the Environmental Protection Agency, never voted on by Congress, think about that. They're significantly more stringent, and they cover a wider range of heavy-duty engines and their operating conditions compared to previous standards. And they're aimed at reducing emissions of nitrogen oxides and other pollutants. The rule officially went into effect in March, but will be implemented for new trucks, semi-tractor trailer rigs, sold after 2027. Couple that with recent disasters that our nation has faced, it might be a wake-up call to start getting prepared for food emergencies, because those new 18-wheelers, first of all, the lithium batteries weigh 8,000 pounds, and the upcharge per truck is about $300,000. I'm sure they've all got the money just to buy new trucks at almost $500,000 a piece if they're EVs. Here with me to talk about it, Joe Reek from My Patriot Supply. Joe, I'm sure you can go from a $180,000 semi to a $480,000 semi, because that's what they're talking about. And that's just for the cab, of course. I mean, can you imagine this idiocy? It's nuts.
Yeah, I just don't know where these truckers are going to get the money to reinvest in their equipment to pay that. They're not going to do it. And what that's going to do for us is we are going to be foot with the bill. You know, the truckers and the men and women behind the wheels of those semi trucks that are delivering foods all across this nation, those guys are the workhorses of our American society. And if those truckers get stopped from doing their job, that's going to have a tremendous effect on everybody here that relies on those trucks for moving those goods and services. Most of the grocery stores practice what's called JIT, or just-in-time inventory. I mean, it's pretty impressive on how they can calculate how many boxes of cereal they're going to sell in a certain week. And they time it perfectly with receiving those shipments from these trucking companies. And if there's ever a disruption in the ability to move freight and goods across this country with those 18-wheelers and those heavy-duty trucks, we're going to be feeling it at our local grocery stores, at every single store that we shop at. It's going to be a tremendous effect. But here's the thing, Steve, and this is what I've said repeatedly, is if you want to control the people, you have to control the food supply. A majority of our food that we have in our grocery stores, they don't just show up there. They're brought there by those semi-trucks.